It is Monday, January the 5th. It's a beautiful day here in coastal Virginia. I am going to take a walk. I'm not wearing a jacket right now. It's a little cool with the breeze, but I think that with the sun and getting the blood circulating, I should be okay. First things first, I gotta head out here and check the mail. I don't know why I bother checking. It's either bills or it's not for me. Here's a view of the road up ahead, our road that we live on. It's a narrow country road. It's actually a little less narrow than it was when we first moved out here, but only slightly. So it's still pretty narrow. But you wouldn't know that by the way some of these people drive down this road. And even when met with an opposing vehicle, they don't often slow down enough. It's nervous driving around here. It's nervous walking here. I wish there were sidewalks. It'd be safer for sure. It'd be nice to live a little bit closer to Busch Gardens. I live an hour from Busch Gardens, but to live a little closer to where I could just go there with my membership and just walk around there, because it is a nice walk. And with some of the inclines, you get a little bit of a, you get a workout. They have a map there. I think they say the total radius around the park is 1.5 miles with 11, I think it was 11 different inclines. Of course, it didn't rate the steepness of the inclines. There are some areas, like especially in between Ireland and France, that are significantly inclined. Well, it is the Monday after the 2 holiday weeks. And this is I mentioned before, this is a strange place to be. It's strange to go back to normal life, to go back to life without things to be planning for, looking ahead. And part of it is good because the normalcy of routine comes back, and we like that, right? We like most of us like routine, and especially for someone like me who has ADHD, and my attention gets diverted very easily. Squirrel! Routine is very important. I don't always stick to routine, even when it's something I set up. I have my coat on now. My wife was returning from the store, and I remembered my coat was in the van with gloves in the pockets. And it was a little chillier than I at first thought. And the sun is not consistent. There's a lot more cloud cover today. I don't know if those are rain clouds. It looks like it's not supposed to rain, but it looks like those could be rain clouds. See, the sun is shining bright there, but there's the clouds rolling in. They're looking slightly ominous. Get further down the road here, we do get a yellow dividing line, and the road does open up slightly. And we do get a sidewalk. But, almost fell over on the curb there. Watch where you're walking there, Adam. We do get a sidewalk here, but this sidewalk was only put in when this was put in here, this ugly monstrosity of a cargo shipment storage container facility, whatever you want to call it. I don't like it. It's an eyesore. It reminds me, every movie or TV show where you see where they're doing some sort of like illegal gun trade, a drug deal. Maybe they've got some people kidnapped, human trafficking, something like that. They've got them stored in one of these containers. This is, or like, where the final shootout of a movie between the cops and whoever they're looking for. It always happens in an area like this. Now, I've not seen that happen here. I'm not saying that it does, but it looks like every one of those areas I've seen in the movies or TV shows. Maybe that's why I don't like it. No, it's ugly. That's why I don't like it. Across the way, and the reason this road that we live on is called Airport Road, is the Suffolk Executive Airport. It's relatively quiet right now and recently, but during the summer, there's a lot of planes that come in, a lot of helicopters. I think the military skydive Suffolk a lot of times, especially on the weekends. You see skydivers just dropping out of the sky here and landing somewhere in this field. One time we saw somebody come and they landed right here on this little hill, and they couldn't stop themselves as they were sliding, and they slid right into the fence. And they were embarrassed, you could tell, but we gave them the thumb. Me and my wife gave them the thumbs up, and they kind of gave a little sheepish grin. No trespassing. I'm not going to trespass. I'm just going to walk past. This area here of the airport, some of you might have seen a video I posted around October. They have the annual Suffolk Peanut Fest right here. You can see in the distance there, they have the grandstands there for the demolition derby. And there's some of the mobile trailers there they use for offices. I don't know if they use those for offices year round or if it's just for the Peanut Fest. Also there they have a caboose. They have a contest every year of a peanut butter modeling where you try to make something out of peanut butter. There's a lot of peanut stuff. But other than the Peanut Fest, they don't use this area for anything, which I don't know why. Oh yeah, those clouds are looking extremely nasty now. I would be surprised if we did not get rain from those. You can see the cloud cover extending and just barely any blue sky left in the horizon there, which is a shame. It started off as a nice day. I meant to get out earlier for a walk to take advantage of the sunshine. Also out here at the airport is the Suffolk Barbecue Company. And you can see it's only open for dinner a couple nights, but Monday through Thursday, we could come here for lunch. We've been here a couple times. I don't know why we don't come here more often. We like it, even though it's not Memphis barbecue. We lived in Memphis for over 20 years, and so we got used to Memphis style barbecue, and there's really nothing quite like it. North Carolina barbecue is what they have out here. And it's good, but it's not the same. Looking here at the sign for the Suffolk Executive Airport, you can see Suffolk Barbecue Company. It's funny to me that is what gets top billing, considering this is an airport. You would think Bay Avionics, or maybe the Fighter Factory, or Virginia Air Services, or maybe even Skydive Suffolk, but no. Suffolk Barbecue is number one. But also there you see there's Curtis Eads Flight School. So you can actually take flying lessons here and for either to become a private pilot or a commercial pilot. And I think I saw on the website, it's $50 a lesson to become a private pilot, or $60 a lesson to become a commercial pilot. But I did not see how many lessons that you would need. I'm assuming it would be a lot. I don't think they're going to give you a license to fly with just a week's full of lessons. I'm just guessing. Going back down the road towards my house, this is the sign that greets you as you come in. Welcome to Skeetertown. Yes, folks, I live in an area called Skeetertown. When we first moved here, I didn't realize that that was the name of the area. Having learned that, I was concerned that there would be a lot of mosquitoes. And there really isn't. I mean, for the first summer, I didn't hardly see any. In the subsequent summers, we've had our fair share, but it hasn't been, I don't know, I don't think it has, I think there's times when it was much worse in areas in Memphis. So it's not horrible. I don't like any mosquitoes, but it hasn't been as bad as the name suggests. Let's just say I'm glad that that Skeetertown is not living up to its name. A lot of the residents have moved out. I'm highly allergic to mosquitoes. In fact, just one mosquito bite, it swells up, gets red, has heat like a fever, and it hurts when I can feel when I am being bitten by mosquitoes. And I thought everybody did, but I found out that not everybody does. In fact, a lot of people I know, they never know until later they might have it itches, but they don't feel when they're being bitten. And I feel it. I mean, I can feel it like a sting. One time when I was a kid, we were walking through these trails, and we came to this area where there was a lot of water that was on the ground, a lot of water, and so huge breeding area for mosquitoes. I was wearing shorts, and I looked down, bare leg kid, no hair on my legs, but it looked like I had hair on my legs. That's how many mosquitoes there were. My legs looked hairy. And we got out of there. My legs swelled up fairly instantly. My friends had to help carry me home because I couldn't walk. My legs were swollen and they hurt. When I got home, I couldn't take my shorts off because my legs had swelled up. So I don't know if I'm that allergic to them anymore. You can hear there's a plane overhead. I don't know if you can see it. See it or not. I'm just aiming the camera at the sky. But if you heard it, that's one of the jets from the airport. Anyway, where was I? Yes, mosquitoes. Anyway, I don't like them. I'm glad that they're no longer, that a lot of them have moved out of Skeetertown. I think it's time for a new name. That's just a horrible name anyway. Nothing screams hick more than a town or area called Skeetertown. Where do you live? I live in Skeetertown. I don't know.